Let's do this. Let's do this, ladies and gents. How is everyone doing today, this afternoon? We have some sunshine coming into the house. Feels good. Let's see who's going to show up to the community live chat. Disclosure's on its way. Spring's on its way. See, hear the bounce of my voice? Let's see if I'm in the right place. Am I on Bruce Cesal? Yes, I'm on Bruce Cesal. What time is it? 1:03. Hey, I was, wow, almost on time. Actually was on time this time. There he is. How's it going, bro? Nice to see you, man. We got some sunshine. Hey, man, I got some new cards that I went to get for the infrared camera because they're always burning out, man. I burn out a whole bunch of cards all the time. We're going to do some infrared tonight, I hope. Last night it was windy, man. It was bullcrap. Nice to see you, man. I hope you have some sun in your area. I don't. I do have sun. Feels good. So it's just you and me, man, I guess, today. Thanks for stopping by. Wow, let's see how long it takes people to stop by. There. Oh, no, it was you again. It's beautiful here. Good to see you. Yeah, it is, man. Beautiful sun here. Yesterday, it went up. Like last week, we had minus 31 degrees Celsius weather. And it went up to, I think, yesterday, plus 14 degrees. Today, it must be about the same thing. Probably about the same temperature. Well, this is weird, dude. We're the only ones here, man. We are the only ones in this matrix. Oh, are you actually, you can see 8 people. Oh, we have a different problem because I don't see anyone, man. I see Darla. Darla, do you see 8 people here? I do not see. Okay, 8 maybe watching, you mean. Okay, well, I see 12 now, so it's starting to come in, I guess. Yeah, okay, 10-4 does see you. How's it going, Darla Lama? Hey, Romania, thank you very much. Enel Barbu. Romania, thank you. Merci. 12 in the house. That's a full pack. Nathalie Fleur de Printemps, bonjour à toi. Bruce, fais ton stock de cartes mémoire. Oh que oui. Oh oui, à un moment donné, il n'y en aura plus, Nathalie. Hein? J'ai été en chercher 2. Ils sont chers, pas de ça. Quand tu vas aller chercher les cartes, j'ai été chercher 2 cartes pour être capable de faire l'infrarouge de plus en plus et à tous les soirs et de vérifier tout le temps. Ça va faire du bien, tu vas voir, mais qu'on commence à revoir les ovnis. Mais je ne peux pas le trafiquer. Si jamais on ne voit plus d'ovnis, ben, je vais être honnête. On n'en verra plus. Ça me surprendrait. J'ai le laser en plus. The laser's ready on top of it to go outside. Do some serious tests in the sky because I've been wanting to do so. This is not to aim at the UFOs or lights either. It's just made to see if they'll change trajectories or, you know, see me. Maybe they'll zap me out of the sky when they see that. Sky Pedersen, how's it going, bro? Thanks, man. Oh, now everyone's coming in. That's cool. Cygnus Star Scream, how's it going, man? Thanks. Thomas Rebus est dans la maison. Comment ça va, mon frère? Good day to you, Bruce. Good to see you, man. Good to see you too, Craig. 1971. Thanks, man, for all the ongoing support, you guys. We got some sun here today. It feels really good. It actually, last night, it poured rain, and everything thawed. I'd say about 50 to 60% of the snow that was outside thawed down, thawed away. Remember, I told you all at the beginning of the year, actually in January, at the beginning of this year, that I still hadn't gotten any snow. And then January 8th or 9th, the snow fell. But let me tell you, I got more snow this year than I got in the years where it snowed all year. We got all the snow here in the past month or two. Here, in my end anyways, where I am. Hi, Bruce. Hope you're well from the UK. Thanks a lot, Jason Vickers. I am very well. Thanks a lot. Trolls are trolling. Trolls are loving. they're always on high alert. Sky Peterson's in the house. Thanks again, man. Forest Run, new sub here. Thank you. I'm a skeptical. That's good, but curious. You seem real. Forest Run, thanks, and I appreciate it. And again, I come up with a whole bunch of theories along with the footage. You know, block your ears or whatever, but I mean, look at the footage, come to your own conclusions. And again, I have a lot of theories. I even love going over some of the wacky ones, right? I don't really believe that a theory is wacky, but it's really hard for us Run to reach some people here and new subscribers. We have an amazing community, as you're going to see. It's always the same great people that come back. It's very rare that we get a lot new people here, so it's greatly appreciated. And enjoy the videos. Have any questions, don't be shy. And skeptical people are the real skeptical people are welcome. I think even the trolls, some of the trolls that troll the channel that pretend that, God doesn't exist or whatever, they have their own opinions. I respect that, but I don't really think that they're honest to their own opinions. I think they're just more trolling. When I see someone like you that comes here, you say you're skeptical. That's a good thing, because those are the people that I'm trying to reach, actually, the skeptical people, along with the believers. But it's important for you guys to get your own ideas. I'm using a 14-inch telescope, limited filtering. When we talk about filtering, it's green colors, yellow colors, blue colors, and like a negative conversion. People make videos saying Bruce just all he does is uses a negative. Yes, I'm not hiding it. It's simple filtering. It's the least filtering possible. Getting in close is what they don't understand. Some people are professional filterers. Some people are professional, photographers. And I like getting in and magnifying an image where you can bring it as close as you can so you can see the details without it pixelating. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. I'm not so good at rocket science, actually. Thanks again, Forest Run. Luis Acosta, how's it going? I'm doing good, man. Bonjour, mon ami. Merci, Luis. Luis, thank you. Darla's in the house. Who else? Hey, Thomas Rebus. Merci, mon frère. Ça prend toujours 1 heure que je te vois, tu sais, hein? Je te remercie beaucoup, man. C'est très apprécié. For the ongoing support. Thomas Rebus, thank you very much, brother. Thanks for being here. He's a bit everywhere, Thomas Rebus. He goes partout. He goes even on Cindy's channel, goes on a bunch of other channels. And it's like a game of Clue here, though, eh? You never know who's the good guy or who's the bad guy, or good girl or bad girl. It really is like a game of Clue. It's like we're all a bunch of good friends together, but we're all like, I don't know. I'm not too sure about him. Not sure about her. But that's how the trolls mingle in that and have fun in all of that. They try to cause confusion, and people start to come in the house. Yes, Ionel Barbu. Thank you. Merci. Roadhog, how's it going? Mr. Bruce and chat, chilling in the Philippines, watching your video. Thank you very much. Disclosure's on its way, you guys. Disclosure is definitely on its way. Even if we say, oh, they're not going to say much, they have to say something. It's at that point. And if they don't, well, we still have a perfect conclusion. The conclusion is that if they hide stuff and don't tell us anything, is because there's really something out there. And we'll have our answer. We don't have to fight about it, or, but they're going to say some. And I'll tell you one thing: if the Pentagon speaks, and the Navy, of course, they're not going to speak because they want to. That's for sure. They got caught doing something, and now they're going to have to speak about it, most likely. Good vibes being sent out. Thank you, Floyd Stats. Appreciate that. We need good vibes here. Always, always, always. Already working on the next video for here, my friends. It's funny, I thought of that, Sky Peterson. Thank you very much, my dear friend. And you've been very patient, because you've been very supportive, and every time I see you, thank you, man. And that's, like I say sometimes during the stream, that's my big problem. Thanks a lot, bud. Thanks, man. Thanks, bro. Sorry about that. Thanks, sis. And obviously a pleasure. And I like knowing sometimes, and if you're a guy or a girl, but of course, some of you, prefer remaining secret. That's why I often just go, hey, bro, I got to stop that, though. I admit I have to stop that. Thank you very much, Sky Peterson, for making me realize that. Zombies in the house. Disclosures coming soon, zombie. Ethereal. Love. Hola, Bruce. Have a nice weekend. Gracias. Bienvenido a mi canal de investigación. Have a magnificent weekend. Stopping in before heading out to the swamps. Yeah, so y'all going to the moon? Rounding up some crocs. That's one thing I'd like to do. I have a stupid bucket list. I want to experience staying up all night making moonshine. I've been watching videos all week about that. It's pretty funny. Popcorn setting. Anyways. Angie. Zacapala. Hola. Everyone have a beautiful day. Thank you, Angie. Bienvenido. Gracias. Thanks, Darla. Cygnus Star Screams 50 and sunny in Seattle. Thanks a lot. And hello, Seattle. Thanks, you guys. Here, I'm not sure exactly what the temperature is, but it's warm enough in the house. Actually, I'll tell you in Fahrenheit for my American friends. It's 72, 73 right now in the house. Just comfortable. Without the heat having to be on, the nights are still really chilly here. That's for sure. But finally, things are going to start changing. Hopefully that sky will become more active. We're going to see a lot more UFOs, I'm hoping. And if not, I'm not going to make them up, right? We either see them in the sky or we don't. There's still so much stuff that I'm going to be seeing with the moon and stuff. I'm starting to miss that moon. Recent footage. I want to be able to get outside and film it. Everything's charged up, whether it be the beginning of a moon, maybe even a small moon. I might whip it out and wait till I get into the stars and other planets. Wait till Bruce starts trying to zoom up on planet Mars. What's going to happen when Bruce starts zooming up on planet Mars in 2024? Just people are going to hate me. Basically, that's all that's going to happen, I think. Probably, most likely. Charlene, thanks for being here. Charlene Sampson. And thanks to all members, to all new members and all recurring members, everyone supporting the channel. If you're here, you're supporting the channel. If you're here saying hello, you're a member. But I got some extra supportive members that I definitely appreciate. Thank you very much. Yes, it's coming, Charlene. Disclosure is coming. Ever notice how people stay stuck on a lot of the past theories, right? When you look into ufology or not ufology, actually, when you look into YouTube UFO videos, which is not like ufology necessarily, you come across people like Linda Moulton Howe. These people are, well known, and they've worked hard to try to bring light to what's going on with, for example, Majestic 12, going all the way back to when Eisenhower would have supposedly formulated a secret team, a committee, to be able to go and retrieve an extraterrestrial vessel. Do you think an extraterrestrial vessel, if it was ET, would actually leave their vessel here to be retrieved and to be back engineered, like, for example, at S4, what Bob Lazar was doing, trying to back engineer 9 different, very different propulsion type crafts, supposedly. Lots of deception around saucers being exactly saucers. When the first ideal of a saucer in Roswell was because it had an underbelly that was bouncing on the sky like it was saucer shaped. But the actual Roswell one, or is it Roswell, or actually I think it is, was not, apparently was not a saucer. So what shape could this craft have been? It's funny, they talk about objects coming down from the sky. When those of you who know, I'm not going to get into it. The weather balloons. Some people said it was this, it was that. A lot of hiding, hush hush about the U.S. Navy. Majestic 12 also. They talk about biological UFOs. Not a lot of people that talk about Majestic 12. Linda Moulton Howe probably knows everything about it. One of the first things I looked up was, ufology. When I started doing this work, and you don't see anything online. Honestly, you do not see anything online about ufology. You go, I'm not talking about websites everywhere. I'm talking about real information where a government goes and, posts about UFOs. We're starting now. We're hearing about the Black Vault. Yes, I know a lot of people are talking to me about it, but you got to remain skeptical anyways, because it doesn't mean everything that Linda Moulton Howe said about meeting and the Ebens, right? I mean, I've always been very skeptical, not about extraterrestrials, but about ever talking about a type of UFO being, and it's his or her shape or form, its shape or form, right? I got my trolls are really upset. They call it a latex alien, and he's not happy about it because he's not latex. And, you know, it doesn't mean they look like that, right? It doesn't mean an alien looks like what they told us it looked like. And I'm not saying that they probably don't look like that either. I'm just saying remain open-minded. What if they're just like us, but their eyes are really close, little beady eyes like rats, and maybe big mouths and faces? It could be a whole bunch of different things, right? Ever hear somebody tell you, or have you ever seen those people with the big eyes in everywhere? I've seen very rarely. I've seen 3 or 4 in my life. Ever notice how you see a girl with her eyes like is that big? She's just sitting there like that. And you're like, what the hell? I've seen some people like that. Are they alien or not? I don't know. But still, there's a lot of speculation around the alien beings. And it's incredible how many views the alien being channels get. And they're just talking speculation and showing research like what I'm getting, minus my theories, just turning the volume down and looking at what I'm posting. There's a lot more that's being shown than anything and everything they've ever talked about. And whatever all the ufologists online are talking about, I'm showing a lot of things that are related to some of the things that they say about UFOs. Bob Lazar's photonic energy produced by the UFOs. I've been really studying this week a lot about the UFOs and looking for the first time actually exactly what's out there and what people are saying about UFOs. And you know what? It's all the same stuff. Everyone's talking about a certain interview. That's the new thing now. Having a person, a shadowed person, sitting down talking about, I work on the moon. You know, okay. It's interesting, the videos, but there's absolutely no proof to it. It could be even videos that are being made, to ridicule us and to hide us from the truth. You know, also when you think of it, now my mouse is about to go out. I wanted to scroll down here. Sorry about that. I got carried away with my UFOs, but that's what we're here to talk about, right? Was cloudy and rainy here last night. Thanks, Floyd. Rainy and windy and cloudy, man, here last night. Incredible. The house was moving on the foundation. You could hear it. Literally, I have an old house, and I guarantee you, I could hear and feel the house moving. And hi, Annette. Annette says your footage on last view was so good. I watched it on big screen. Too cool. Annette, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's another thing. Watching it on the big screen, sometimes what can happen is that it doesn't look very good. I noticed that here myself. I always usually adjust it. But when I'm really magnified and you look at it on the big screen, it is a little different. You see a lot more, but it's a bit hazier, right? Because we're so close, right? A spot on my shirt. And it's not always pleasant watching my work on the big screen. I watch it everywhere. I watch it on the big screen. I watch it small, more small, further out. Sometimes I back up and I try to look at the image and try to see stuff. Turn the image around, flip it around. I do that a lot. Free Speech Warriors in the house. Hello, A Commercial, Bruce, Mods, and all in chat. Thanks a lot, Free Speech Warrior, for being here. Vernon, how's it going? This cat appreciates your work. Well, you're a cool cat, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, Vernon. That's what I need, is a lot of people interested in the research, like I'm interested in the research. So more people will want to come and see the research. I'm getting down there. I'm going to scroll down here. I have to plug in my laptop. I have to plug in my mouse because I'm losing energy. Oh, Angie, she does have a cool name, eh? Darla Lama. Mary Opical, how's it going? I love what you do, Bruce. Watching you from Vancouver. Thank you, my neighbors, my faraway neighbors in Canada. How's the weather down there in Vancouver? And if you answer me, I'm only going to see in about an hour. This is YouTube for you. Merci encore, Thomas Rebus. Thanks again, Thomas. Who else is in the house? You see, I'm at the end, guys. I don't see any other comments after Coucou Teresa from Thomas. Ça, c'est le dernier commentaire que je vois. Oh! Boom. Oh my gosh, everything came in. Crawl all the way to Crawl Face and everything. How could Crawl Face have spoken 3 times without me seeing him? That's Bruce for you. Oh, wow. There's a lot of people here. Hold on. I'm scrolling up. What the heck? Greeting from Northern Nevada Ranch. Hey, thanks, Vernon. That's my dream area to go down, man, Nevada. I want to visit Nevada so badly. And if it wouldn't have been for the pandemic, I probably would have had a chance to go down. Diane Moore. Teresa B. Kynes in the house. There's the family. I've been waiting for disclosure since I was a child. Yes, Teresa, be kind and fear not. We are going to get some. No aliens yet. No, Pulsar G. No, Pulsar G, not yet. I'm scrolling up. This is crazy. Well, I'm back up to Thomas's contribution because other people are appearing around there. Let me scroll down. See if I can get to the end, which is near impossible. I'm going to do this. My neighbors say I'm crazy for walking around in the dark and it's well. Yeah, Floyd, I hear you, man. And it's true, eh? And no matter how smart of a guy you are, no matter how rich or how many businesses you have, you're going to go outside and look up in the sky or just lurk around and you're going to pass off for a creep or a weirdo. I mean, same here. Started out in my medical buses. Howick is a town that they talk about. Look it up. Crop circles in a town in Howick. And it's in the southern part of Quebec. MUFON came down from Montreal to look at 10 to 15 crop circles that were in the field here. And in the French video, I actually posted an image of me in that field, sitting in my medical bus. I didn't show the farm, no, but MUFON came down here to see the crop circles that have been showing up in the fields. A lot of barley fields around here, a lot of wheat fields. You got to wonder why they almost always land to make a crop circle in a barley field or in a wheat field. It's significant. It has something to do with something. Look up the significance of what wheat stands for and why you see the president and on their own logos in the United States and other countries, where often on each side you'll see wheat coming out. Maybe that's hiding the crop circles. I'm telling you, there's some theory to all of that, and codes, patterns, secret symbols have always existed, and people don't see them. The ones that are awake really do see them, and people express that exactly what I just said through art, through music, and often people talk about, like, they go, look at the baby boomers. Oh, the Beatles. Oh, I love the Beatles. My Beatles. I love Paul. I was my favorite. I love Ringo. They were still all talking about controversial things about, wars and, the economy and stuff. And they hid a lot of messages inside of their music. Maybe a secret society that all the musicians know about. I guarantee it. Sky Peterson, thank you, my dear friend. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You guys rock. The weather is strange everywhere. It really is, Vernon. You see, guys, they're up to 52 volcanoes now that are in eruption. Iceland, they're talking about Gravita, or whatever the name of that one is. There's lots of actually volcanoes, dormant volcanoes on the island, in Iceland. I was surprised. Yes, sir, free speech warrior. Okay, I'm scrolling. Mike Knapp's in the house. Diane Moore. Thank you very much. Jenzig, 3D6. Maryland checking in. Thank you. Maryland's in the house. Pulsar G says, I'm the good guy. Oh, I know it. How's it going, my friend, Mr. Pulsar G? Working hard, brother? We had a 1 hour plus fresh hailstorm yesterday. Wow. Teresa, thanks for sharing that. Still not melted after rain overnight. Highly unusual. I love hearing that because I'm seeing a lot of unusual things too. The way the snow melted here yesterday was melting so fast, it was making holes. It's not the usual way of the melt. The ice is sitting differently on the roof. I've never had that much ice accumulation on a roof. I actually lost a part of my house, big part on the side, when the ice, you get snow one night and the next day, if it thaws out, it's the worst thing because the snow doesn't melt, and instead it becomes a block of ice. It gets wet. So as the snow is melting, it's melting through that snow on the roof, and sometimes it's 800 pounds, 1,000 pounds. Here in Canada, or wherever there's snow, you all know you don't want to be beside buildings that the roof is like that, where the snow can fall on your head. That's for sure. Richard Barry, hey buddy, how's it going up there in Quebec? It's going good, Richard. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for watching, you guys. Face Me is there. Live in space, real space, living things. If I would say yes, Face Me. If you look at what was that mission? Is it STS-75? I know I always make a mistake with 75 and 80. I think it was 80 actually. STS-80, the tether incident. Just look that up. It's 75 or 80. And when you look up the STS mission, they show biological living creatures, living organisms in space. They look like jellyfish. They have a movement. They have like tarps. It looks like a tarp or a, how could you call it? It's like they have wings, like a round wing. And you see that in a tether incident where they're propelling themselves like this through space, like that. And they're real jellyfish-like creatures in space. I believe life does exist in space. And how big is the life that exists in space? I don't know. It could be, micro, right? Small, organic. Vegetation, does it exist? Of course. It's, forming all around the space station at one point, was it not? Things that they often don't linger on or brag about, but I believe 100% that, I also believe that there are maybe if the atmosphere is, these are always theories. If the atmosphere was like Earth, there would be insects and everything on the moon. If there was a catastrophic event, that could be the reason why everything would be dead. There's a whole bunch of theories I often like going through because I think they're all possible. Every one of them. Jolie, thank you. H, always a pleasure. And thanks for the comments too. There he is, Dario G. Gonzalez Morales. How's it going, Bruce Man? Hi there. Hello to you, Dario. Thanks for being here, Dario. Do you have some sun today, you guys? I got some sun here. Beautiful sun here. Oh, geez, speaking of the devil, I was just about to talk about Technothanks and Dennis Menace. Coffee's on me. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I was happy, Dennis, that which is totally stupid, that Physical Astronomy Technothanks channel. Check them out, everybody. You want to hear a guy that should be on radio making amazing comments, showing everything that there is to do with NASA images and concepts and theories. Technothanks, Physical Astronomy just approached 9,000 subscribers, which is ridiculous because he should be at like 90,000 subscribers. But do take the time to check him out. I really don't talk about him enough. Technothanks, one of the first channels that had given me a shout out when I was, even smaller than him, and I was just starting out. Technothanks, Physical Astronomy now has been around for a while. Who else do we have here? Thanks again, Dennis. I appreciate that, bro, so much, man. And for some reason, when I see you, Dennis, I often think of Technothanks. That's a place I saw you there too a while back, and it reminds me of speaking of him because I was recently seeing some of his videos this week. He comes up with some really, really good theories, and he's hilarious. I love him. Yeah, he's as funny as he is serious. Hi from Germany, Dome Stick. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm having problems with something stuck on my tooth. I'm going to start picking my teeth here. And the last card is the alien card, and it's all a lie. It could be Werner von Braun. Yeah. But don't forget, all the people that are saying that, it's going to be a lie, we still have to use our judgment on our own common sense and logic, right? It's possible that there could be red flag events. It's possible they're going to lie about some things. I could almost confirm and reassure you that they will lie about something. And they're probably even going to talk about something, how they're going to get you. Here's an example. they're going to admit about a subject that's really controversial. For example, maybe even an assassination with Kennedy or something. I'm going all out here. And the way they're going to do that is going to present an amazing piece of information where people are going to be dazzled and bedazzled and astonished about, where there's going to be a lot of controversy around it, and people are going to stay stuck on, whether it's true, whether it's real or not. So they can do a whole bunch of things without telling us necessarily the truth. Mike Knapp, I have my bracelet. Thank you very much. It's awesome. Man, thanks to the Real Stones. And you can look up the site, and if not, I can re-give that to you if you want to get an idea about them. And I'm happy finally you got it, Mike. Hey, Mike, that took months, right? This took a couple of months for me to send that bracelet. I'm sorry that you had to wait that long, but thanks a lot anyways. Definitely appreciated. Dennis Rumstrong, thank you very much. Greetings from Roanoke, Virginia. Thank you very much. I probably did not say that properly. I hope I did. Skywatcher's here. Hi, man. Thanks a lot, bro. Watching you and recording today's sunset. Yes. So is it a nice one? The sunsets are coming back, eh? I can't wait. Well, I dare not say the snow is over, but I'm pretty sure we're done. The snow is over. I'm not talking too close to that microphone. The snow should be done here. Great to be here, my Darla. Thank you, Diane. It's always great to have you, Diane and Darla. Dana must be around. If not, I haven't scrolled down yet. I've been waiting for disclosure since I was a child. I repeated that. Thank you. Therese, be kind. Annette, girl don't dudes and bros law. Yeah, that's what I do, Annette. I get caught a lot. Thanks a lot, bro. And there's some, tough, rough and tough badass girls that come here and they have like skulls and stuff on their icons, and I'm like, bro, damn right, man. She goes, I'm a lady. I'm like, damn, okay. So yeah, enough with the dudes and bros. I won't be using those anymore, Annette. Agreed. Northern Nevada Ranches. Thanks again, man. Love the captures. Most awesome, Mr. Bruce. Dennis, thanks, man. I appreciate it so much. I'm due to go back outside and get some more new stuff. That's for sure. But there's still a lot of the stuff that I captured. Thanks, Sky Pedersen. I appreciate that. You rock, actually. And, I went outside recently to get some stuff in the sky, and it's not working. The sky's just not there. But I have so many captures that I realized that the way I showed the captures was a 10-minute video where I show the capture for a minute, and then I just, don't show it again. But you know how I am. I do. I'll show a capture, then I'll re-show it 2 or 3 weeks down. Sometimes it's to prove a theory, or maybe I catch a UFO hitting the crater with an explosion. Well, then I go back and get all the other explosions, and I show them at the same time. Guys and gals, you want to get a telescope, you're going to see asteroids and meteors. Those are real. That's the first thing I wanted to confirm when I saw NASA talking about all these incredible things that you can see in space. And I'm like, is it necessarily true we're going to see asteroids? And oh, yes, meteors, comets. And what they don't talk about are the objects like debris and little aliens filling out a place here. Debris can be floating around too. Sometimes in lower Earth. Do you guys and gals have any idea how many objects are around Earth? There are thousands of pieces of debris, all the way from leftover booster rocket boosters and stuff like that. That's pretty crazy. My friends make moonshine. I guess there must be some most likely around here that do. And I used to know a guy that was doing it, but here I was looking at this guy at Popcorn Setting online doing moonshine. I love these amateur, real hands-on videos where people are, doing the real thing. And I guess, anyways, probably some stories around them. Maybe some of the videos were faked. I don't know. But they're making moonshine, with Cindy's here. She's going to laugh at me talking about this again. Putting a pressurized chamber, basically, with fruit in it, so that the taste, of the mash or whiskey or whatever they're making will get a certain fruit taste. So I was like, damn. excuse me, some of these moonshiners are making better alcohol than the alcohol that you buy here at, the Alcoholics Anonymous store. From chats, yes, Stereo G Gonzalez, thanks again, bro, for being here. Moonshine won't let you stay up all night. It's too powerful. Oh yeah, yes, Annette. That's probably true. Like those, those people that like marijuana, they probably wouldn't last very long. Smoke one of those after 90 proof, and I'm not even close. I think these guys, moonshine. It's, I guess I don't know much about it, but I guess 120 proof, 140 proof. It can be higher as you're distilling, and it's going down, down, down to get a good hard, probably 120 proof, which is literally pipe cleaner. It's like to unclog your drains. Moonshine must definitely unclog drains. Nobody ever thought of that, eh? Just drinking a moonshine. I bet you that washes the floor, eh? The moonshine. Okay, we're even talking about moonshine today. Hey, maybe they're making moonshine on the moon. Maybe that's exactly what they're doing. It's a brewery. You go up there and it's, and they have everything from 7-Up to Coors on the moon, which I'm probably sure they do. Wouldn't be that surprised either. Hey, Herb Pooper. Good morning, Obi-Wan Bruce, and thank you. Thank you, man. Herb Pooper. I love that name. And thanks, bro, for everything. There go with the bro again, buddy. It's a guy in an army helmet. I know it's a bro. This time, I hope. Usually I'm always wrong, right, Annette? I love Popcorn. He was quite the character. Really was, Angie. And I saw Popcorn Sutton for the first time on a video. Really cool guy, down-to-earth old guy that, has an amazing way of making moonshine and talking about his stories. Seeing him scratching his beard there as he's talking about his stories and stuff. It was a fun experience. I watch every kind of video on YouTube, and back in when I started watching YouTube, I got interested in a whole bunch of things. YouTube for me, I'm not going to hide it. YouTube has been a school for me of knowledge. I learned everything I know on YouTube. Not everything, but a lot of things here. A lot of good channels on YouTube. A lot of people putting up information that's even better than any government site and any doctor. Sometimes there's some people here talking about medicine. Are just, whoa, they are beyond their time. And the government doesn't like those channels being up, which makes no sense. Jensen Dog. Hello, peeps. The sheep are safe for the next hour or two. We're safe for a while. Moonshine worked for me. I'm going to have to try it. Never tried it. I admit I have to try it. It probably a bottle of whiskey would last. That would last longer than a bottle of whiskey, most likely. Crawlface. Finally, I'm down to Crawlface. Jesus, Murphy. I'm so sorry about that. Hey, dude. Hey, Crawlface. I'm loving your technique videos, bro. Thank you so much for being here, man. The support and everything, you guys. Sitting outside on the very warm day, waiting for my packages. Diane Moore. They're going to arrive 15 minutes after my live stream, I think. I don't drink. Good for you. Good for you, my friend. That's a good thing. I don't excessively drink, that's for sure. Coffee. Drink plenty of that. Just not fun drinking alone, eh? Maybe, being a couple. Did I drink more? Not really, because then, but, drinking alone is really not fun. I have to go pick up a bottle of whiskey later. Rubs, I love trying to get to 1,000. Dick and Roscoe show. So I love trying to get to 1. Thank you, Dick and Roscoe. Dick and Roscoe. Dennis, love seeing the UFO, not even hiding anymore. They really aren't. And that's the fun part. And I think more and more, like, you know what? Honestly, I see in maybe 5-10 years time, well, maybe 20-30, for sure, 20-30 years. Let's say 50 to be safe. Lights going from Earth to the moon. That should be something that's a beautiful thing that I believe photographers will take advantage in the near future filming. It'll last a long time. People will be interested with that. I imagine that at one point, let's go further into the future. I can really visualize this in a beautiful way. Real quickly, imagine going a bit further, 80, 70, 80 years, 100 years, 150 years. Now we're, say 100 years, we're starting to see, for example, the lights going to and from the moon. They're even maybe building a literal connection from the Earth to the moon. Could you imagine that, connecting the Earth to the moon together with a tunnel portal to get to the moon, and that we have both these objects simultaneously moving? Maybe they could have these beams, the way they're stationed, floating and hovering just over top in the atmosphere, where that beam's not touching the Earth or the moon. You know, like a real tunnel floating in space, keeping an access between. I see all this in the future. Being able to go outside, looking up and seeing buildings on the moon from here, skyscrapers, maybe lights and fireworks one night. I see that in the near future. I honestly really see that. Jean-Claude, Beyond Mystic 2, thank you very much. Merci. Salut Bruce. Tel que demandé, je t'avais envoyé un courriel la semaine dernière pour t'interviewer. Peut-être dans ton spam folder. Merci encore pour ton bon travail. Love your show, man, watching from Ottawa. Ah oui, Jean-Claude. Courriel la semaine dernière pour t'interviewer. Ah non, là, je suis pas content de ça. Je vais retourner, puis je m'excuse d'avoir manqué ça, Jean-Claude. Parce que ça va me faire un plaisir. Si tu veux faire une entrevue, n'importe quand, anytime, brother. Le 18, du 18 au 20, je vais t'occuper justement à faire un petit projet. Mais anytime, n'importe quel moment après ça. Fait que je vais retourner pour essayer de voir. Hier soir, j'ai reçu 78 emails. Hier, j'en ai reçu à peu près 100. Je vais replonger, ou que tu ne te gênes pas pour me renvoyer quelque chose. Je vais regarder, mais je te le dis. Si jamais je ne le trouve pas, par exemple, Jean-Claude, anytime, man, que ce soit par Skype, que ce soit par Facebook ou par Zoom, si tu veux faire une entrevue, on peut faire quoi que ce soit. Ça va me faire un gros plaisir. Merci encore. Puis je vais aller voir ça pour les emails. Je suis désolé de ça. Et merci bien gros, Jean-Claude. Floyd, Roscoe, Dennis is there. Love you. Thank you, Dennis, again. Darla. Don't Stuck, welcome, Germany. Thanks, Darla. Moonshine, we can do that. Potato shine, very good. Pulsar G, I heard of that too. Yeah. With potatoes. Absolutely incredible. Actually, I heard it's very, very good. Potato wine, or I don't know if it's wine or not necessarily wine. I guess any just moonshine, like you said. Oh, moonshine with potatoes. I didn't know that. Actually, that's crazy. Is moonshine fattening? Is whiskey fattening? I wonder. Must have a lot of sugar in that, eh? Vernon doesn't drink either. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Yes, Annette. Yeah, we're a good gang. Lots are missing, but we're becoming a bigger and bigger gang. Richard Crooks is in the house. Good evening, all from Great Britain. Thank you very much. Or is that the UK? Sorry, I had to do it. UK, thank you very much for being here. Charlene, a commercial, a sweet piece. I did not see Melanie. What the heck am I scratching my mustache for? There she is. Elle est là. Melanie, bienvenue. Circuit, zooming in from Bangkok. Bruce rocks. Thank you. My friends in Bangkok. How damn cool is that? Sky Peterson, you can plan on me being more active. Thank you. Good. We're looking forward to it. More active in the sky. Fidèle au poste, les amis. Sweet peace, comme d'habitude, je te remercie. Toujours bien apprécié, Mélanie. Le soleil est sorti, Mélanie. On a du soleil aujourd'hui. Ça va faire du bien. Printemps s'en vient. L'hiver s'en va. 79 degrees here in North Augusta, South Carolina. Thank you, Diane Moore. Parcel's on the way, Diane. Another 20 minutes. Yes, thanks, Mike. Hey, Darla. Mike Knapp got his bracelet. Pretty cool, eh? Biggest thing I'm addicted to is shooting and trapping. Hey, Floyd, thanks for sharing that, man. I have a couple of friends that actually that do that. Dennis being one of them, and that do the trapping and stuff. And it must be pretty awesome if you have the area to do it. Me, I don't have that area to do it, but I'd be honest. It would be a night that I would like. I'd like spending that evening outside with you, bud, to see what that's like. Must be pretty cool, actually. I like the sport, right? So trapping, obviously, you're trapping because there's an infestation and it's permitted, so it's not so bad. I prefer doing that than trapping than doing and shooting deer, actually. But yeah, trapping. Okay, it doesn't involve a gun. Bruce, traps. Like I would like little varmints, go round them up. You see them doing that. The hedgehogs running. I don't know where they are. Or anyways, you see them running to try to get the wild turkeys, the hedgehog. It must be a trip to try for sure. Gary Argview, thank you. Appreciate that. 20 degrees in Kodiak, Alaska, usually in the high 30s these days and 40s. There's an amazing, Sky Peterson, there's an amazing difference in the temperatures all around the world. It's just absolutely crazy. Look at Texas this year, plunged into, cowboys and snow. It doesn't match. You don't usually hear that. It's not something that occurs very often. I don't know if it ever has for you guys down there in Texas to have ever gotten snow. I'm embarrassed to say that, but how would I know that, right? Living here in Quebec. But the fact that you guys got snow this year and 2020, and it's going to be like that every year now. I guess you'd have to assume it's going to get worse. Jocelyn, Bourgoin, bonjour à toi, merci Jocelyn. Bienvenue. Bruce is in the house. McChaney, good morning, everyone from beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. I appreciate that. Hey, I gotta scroll down. I can't even. People wonder why Bruce is just answering questions because there's a lot of them, and I want to answer them all. Ever hear of Mission Impossible? This ship will be self-destruct. Yes. No UFO or ship has ever been recovered. No, I believe that. I would actually believe that. And like I said, man, into thin air. Why would a UFO extraterrestrial leave a UFO here downed so that it would be back engineered and so that people would know, what the craft consists of? It's ridiculous. Could be that it's possible, but I don't know. Maybe one is underground that crashed and a volcanic eruption a long time ago. Imagine all these UFOs. Here's a beautiful scenario. Imagine all these UFOs scattered all across the moon. No, actually, sorry, back on Earth. Imagine UFOs being here on Earth, but buried underneath mountains. So when the mountains formed, they actually were the formation of because that UFO was there. And it's just something that metamorphosized itself around it, crumbling rock, to hide the UFO. Maybe the aliens did that. I'm telling you. Yeah, sure, Bruce has a far-fetched imagination. Oh, yeah, I got a great imagination. If I wouldn't have an imagination, I wouldn't come up with some of these whacked up theories. But they still are just theories. I do a lot of hunting, mostly scouting, and making hunting maps. That's really interesting, Floyd Stats, man. Thanks for sharing that, bro. I mess it. Yes, I would mess it up too. Definitely. We got skunks here. I don't really feel like trapping skunks. Kiosk it or make advantage. No, they will kiosk it or make advantage. Absolutely, Annette. It makes sense. They would blow it up. Worst comes to worst. One laser speed. I mean, listen, they're supposedly teleporting themselves and bending time and traveling, right? I think if they can do that, imagine them being able to bend time and travel to other dimensions, come into the physical world, right? But then say, oh my gosh, we hadn't thought of that one. We just crashed on Earth. Now all of our technology is going to be left there and we will be found out. That's not going to happen. I definitely believe it's not going to happen. David Clark's in the house. Egg-shaped. Yep. They say the moon is. I believe Earth is too. Maybe even flat, like a cookie. Gotta be careful when you talk about flat Earth. The trolls come out and get all mad. Bruce and everyone. Burns in the house. They exist, but no human had UFO parts or a UFO or any of that. Thanks for sharing your opinion into thin air. Lots of theories, man, eh? It's not a wonder why we're all fighting together. Not you and me, but a lot of people are fighting on certain theories, which I don't see any means of fighting against any theory. Even flat earth theory. I get so many people asking me. I don't care. I'm not interested in if earth is flat or not. I don't give a crap. We're stuck on the planet. Whether it's flat or not, we're still stuck here. We have to live here, so. Boomerang shaped. Love it. Thank you. Detroit Funk, welcome. Oh my goodness, had some interesting dreams last night. Hey, Kyle, I've been dreaming these past few months, actually, probably with everything that I'm researching, just getting some crazy, crazy dreams. It's been years I haven't dreamt, actually. Does number one care about the sheep except me? Does no one care about the sheep except me? Dude, the people here know all about the sheep. I would tell you we've named each and every sheep here. We're the sheep, Jensen. Meh. We're the ones that are in the field eating grass. Me, I'm a sheep that's not in the field anymore. I'm lost, but I am totally out of the field. I'm in a cabin, just a sheep in a cabin right now, with waiting to see what's going to go on, talking amongst the other smart sheep. Hush science. I like that. That isn't that real? Screw the sheep. Exactly. And yeah, it depends which sheep you're talking about. Often people say that we're the sheep, right? Bangkok in the house. After serving in a couple of wars and a few battles around the world, it's hard to sleep. I would imagine so, Floyd Stats. So I spend most of the time away from people. I don't blame you for that, man. I really don't blame you for that. I'm sort of, how can I say it? I'm not a hermit, but in reality, I sort of am, because I don't have physical contact. Really don't. Not with humans. No, I'm kidding. I'm human. I have physical contact with, a family member or two, and that's about it, 2 or 3. And aside from that, I do my thing here. I'm not outside in the yards chatting with the neighbors either. The neighbors are here watching my house to be sure that my house is to their liking. If a brick comes out of a chimney or something like that, oh, good heavens. I'll be the talk all the way down the street. Do you see the guy? He stays in his house. I don't think he works. I think he's on welfare. I got a lot of people thinking I was on welfare here. I actually prefer that they think that, that I'm just a welfare guy at home, not working, in his pajamas in his house, right? But we all have opinions of people, and their minds are being manipulated. All of you and mine too, brainwashed by what perception is, because the government offers you your own perception. You don't have to research. You don't have to look up things. If you want to find out how old a certain object is, you can look it up online. The information is there. There's a date. They'll tell you how they found that out. But I'm all for having that information online for everyone. But I'm also one to make my own judgments on, and using my own logic on what I think actually occurs in any situation and on any given event, about any given event. But people don't do that. It's trendy. When I said there was atmosphere on the moon, maybe a lot of you here won't remember because you weren't here, but a lot of you were. I was talking about it way back. Maybe the atmosphere was higher, and it wasn't just speculation or theory. I was showing smokes and hazes, flowing on the surface of the moon, which lasted 2 or 3 years. That it was just pixelation. The trolls had tried and tried and tried again, and they still are trying to prove something. I mean, I'll be on the moon, filming from the moon, showing you the moon, and they'll still be saying he's not on the moon. You watch. That's most likely what's going to happen. Ahmed, thank you very much. Salut de Belgique. Merci, Ahmed. Très apprécié. Trolls can go play in traffic. Yeah, no, they definitely can. They definitely can, and it's nothing you can get rid of. I mean, they're all over the place. But there's a difference between trolls and hackers. We have both here. A lot of problems occurring, and well, one at a time. I report them, and my address is leaked. Hey, did you hear the new? Thing is that my address was leaked on the French channel. I talked about it a bit in the community because somebody wants my address exposed online, fearing I will have problems, which I will. So I deliberately posted it, and I've always used everything the trolls have done to me on this channel for me in a positive way. And, I get more and more support the more the trolls attack. That's another thing. Often, most of the support that I get here is because people see that, I'm going through a lot of crap sometimes with the trolls, and I get more and more people that join the channel. But new subscribers, thank you. If you're here, there's not a lot. We don't get a lot of new subscribers here, but it's fun when we do. Can't play a video game by trying to shoot or interact with background graphics. That's right. Well said, Crawface. Isn't that true? Thanks, Darla. I had Free Speech Warrior. I have some very old books written in the 70s, and one it doesn't. That's the best here, man. I have some here, 60s, 70s, all the old science books and everything. It's the best. And in one it discusses how night vision lenses were back engineered from a crashed craft. Holy crap. That is very interesting. So what do they have now, tech-wise? That's one heck of a good question, man. Absolutely. And I would believe that, right? Like, Russian war, American war, Canada, all the countries came up with these goggles, infrared lenses, and it's probably artificial intelligence that was back engineered from a UFO craft. Just you mentioning that to me, maybe it's just that's the way I am. I love these theories, and it's not even a theory. You said you read it. I believe it. I absolutely believe that. And again, in the 70s, that was said, written in a book on top of it, and then they didn't talk about it anymore. But when you look at all those old books, people that like to collect old things, ever wonder why people that collect antiques are so bloody smart and know so much about history? It's because they find things. They find signatures. They find proof of lies that were said in history books, right? I have a history book here, Free Speech Warrior, that I'd have to find that. It's not true. It's not a history book. It's a story of what happened with Napoleon Bonaparte, where when he fled hypocritically with a group of men, soldiers, to be on horses, of course, to be able to go to Egypt. And he went to Egypt. He went to Tutankhamun's sarcophage inside of the pyramid of Tutankhamun. Now, don't forget, they were just talking about not that many years ago where they're saying, oh, they found the Tutankhamun and they did this and that. This is a book. I literally have it, end of 1800s, beginning of 1900s, where they're talking about a story way back, 1679 or whenever Napoleon Bonaparte was, that little warrior with his hand on his chest, which, by the way, what do you think it means having his hand inside his vest? Secret society. Some presidents take the images with their hand inside their vests. That's another thing. Old patterns. And I saw that, Free Speech Warrior. I saw those, all that proof in old books. And they show us stuff. I saw the Queen of England on a big old banner. My grandfather had it, said the Queen of Germany. And you go, what do you mean, Queen of Germany? Victoria, Elizabeth, they were all German. They were German related. Their family backgrounds are German. People are like, no, they're not. They're Scottish. Hell no. Do you know that the Queen has only Scottish, even the kilts and everything? Do you know that that's because her father, was it Edward? I don't know. Anyways, one of the kings, the one that liked the boats, right? Probably the boat that's on the dime in Canada, I think, as schooner. Anyways, fell in love in Ireland on an island with a town where they used to like and go and vacation. Imagine. They went there. I don't think they were I don't think the king was vacationing there. He probably went there and fell in love. He fell in love with the culture, the Irish culture, and the Scottish culture. Sorry, I don't know much about other countries, but anyways, they took the Scottish style of clothing and everything and fell in love with it. And that is why all the couches have that Scottish pattern in all the rooms of the palace. Everything's Scottish, the curtains, the wall, the floor, the carpets. And that's only because they liked that style when they had gone there to that small island and saw that culture. So imagine that. A lot of people don't know that. And I saw that by reading that in a very old book. And it's actually a book. Is it the King's Book? It's a very old book. It's a royal book. It's a book that was put out by the Queen herself, right? She didn't write it, but she knew what was in it. All the proof in the old books tell us a whole bunch of things. You see a lot of people burning books. Hitler did it himself, burnt a bunch of books, all the Bibles and everything. He burnt a whole bunch of history books and everything. So this is, they're trying to change history. That's how they do it. Why do you think they write things in tunnels, right? And on rocks and stuff like that? It's because they're hiding, they're keeping certain truth that would last forever. I'm sure the story of what went on is written on stone somewhere. Probably still to be found, or obviously it has been found. I think in the coming years, they're going to talk about Egyptian empires, and that I believe the Bible is going to change. That's one thing I never really talk about to all of you, but I believe the Bible will completely change. I believe they're going to tell us that there was a lie put into it. It's not going to be them that's going to tell it. It's over the years. Like right now, do you have any idea as of when Edward Snowden started talking about the CIA and exactly what the government was doing, spying, surveying people? When they did that, people think that, oh, well, Edward's gone now and nothing changed. They're still doing surveillance. No, they're not doing it the same way. And now more laws in the States are being applied. So Congress and everyone, they're making laws to stop this from happening again. It's hard to see, but it did a lot when Edward Snowden talked about what went on. And I believe that's a bit of where, the government started, corruption. It's so corrupt. Why so much corruption with all the countries? Since the COVID virus, I have not been able to express myself, how I feel, how it's affecting me, how it affected my family, because we're not allowed talking about these things online, which really ticks me off. I've done it indirectly, obviously, but it's scary when you think that they're trying to suppress you like that. And yet people are okay with it. Most of the people are just, well, they don't want us saying that. So they just leave it and they just respect that. And, of course it's important to listen to laws, but when the laws are made against the people, it's time for the people to stand up. Nobody should have to stand up alone. Together as one group of people. And these are my words. I'm not taking any model from any recent QAnon or Antifa or any group. I'm telling you, me, before any of those groups existed, there was an expression that one group of us all together is the best. We form one ball of energy. That's how I see it. And when we stand up together and stand up for our rights, well, that's when we're heard. Of course, the Q is which is background and which is real and changeable. 10-4. Speaking of the devil, we're just talking about the Q. Don't know how long I'll be around today. Need to repair stuff at house. Punched like. Hey, don't you be going up on that ladder on that moonshine there, brother. Don't forget. Mass Bishop, how's it going? Glad it's been warming up for you. Finally, Mass Bishop. Yes. Keep up with the great content. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that, you guys. Yeah, it's already 2:07. Annette de Welsh, do just for the English to eat. I don't know how long. Sorry, reading that again. Oh no, Sky Peterson. I don't really like that channel. I've looked at it. I looked at Gina's channel, but I'm pretty skeptical on that channel, and had a lot of trolling from people in that community coming here and, oh my God, sharing her links and stuff like that. I mean, everyone's allowed their opinions and stuff like that. But there's a couple of videos that she made that was a lie in what she said, and I didn't appreciate it. So I stay far away from that channel. But again, I appreciate all of you who go see other channels. I would suggest you all go see other channels. But Gina's not one that I would recommend anybody. Mr. AK47, thank you. Dennis, a free speech warrior designed at Fort Belvoir. Written in the 70s is old. Oh, yeah, it's really old in it. I think it's old. That's the year. Hey, you know how old 70 is? It's at least 46 years old. I know because I'm 46. That's the year, Annette. 70. All the books that were made in 70, a lot of truth in Canadian books were coming out. And then 75, do you know that it was illegal? I bet you a lot of Americans are here that don't even know that it was illegal to own gold in the 70s, but before 75. I think 75 was the year where Americans were allowed for the first time to buy gold, to own gold. You got to wonder, it's like, what the heck? Yeah, I don't know which president it was, whichever one, in 75, right after Kennedy, or maybe a couple more after him, would have signed an executive order to allow people in the USA to own gold. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I checked for Canada, and yes, here in Canada, you had no access to buying gold. It was illegal. And I'm not saying buying a gold ring. I mean buying gold bars, owning gold, like possessing gold. All laws that I saw in some of the research I was doing this week, which actually surprised me. Paradox fossils. And I'll answer a few more comments here before getting off. We are the aliens having a human experience. Absolutely, I like that one. Absolutely. The ones we see are laughing at us because we forgot. Yeah, listen, I like that, Paradox. And I actually believe that. I actually believe that's totally plausible, possible. I simply cannot believe any UFOP videos these days. Well, you're smart to do so. You're smart to react like that. And listen, whatever I'm capturing, and even if you're skeptical even about those, it could absolutely be, remain, like, keep an open mind. But the best thing, I think, so far that I told many people here actually that are coming to see my work, do some comparisons with NASA. Always, when I show a magnification of anything close up, or I declare there's any lines on in a certain crater, do look up NASA images. Now, get ready. They're going to be further than mine, most of them. Not because I'm better than NASA in any way, because NASA doesn't show their good stuff, obviously. The same way when they landed on Mars, Perseverance, they had a filter over the lens, the camera, and it took away the color. So it was a black and white image. I mean, wake up, people. They're laughing at us. Definitely laughing at us. They're not showing, we ask, why don't they show us the color? And then you wait, I don't know how long to get the color. And then they present you an image with beautiful color. But you want to see it, and I want to see it landing with the color. I want to hear the loud noise of hoses or anything. I want to see it land crooked or straight. I want to see exactly all this, technique as it's traveling through space, which obviously they've showed us in the past, sometimes in the 60s. It's movies they make. They make movies. They're working out there, guys. Working on Mars, and they're working on the moon. And it's not like you're going to land there and you're going to see a bunch of devil faces and everything. It's the same as here. Probably very like airport, like industrial, like where it's just lanes in industries, around nuclear plants. In the ground around the nuclear plants, they embed these deep cement walls that go all the way down around where these nuclear reactors are, to keep the radiation inside. And when you look at the craters, as scary as it sounds, on the moon, you often see around the craters these boundary lines that look symmetrical, that are squares. And they are symmetrical. They don't look at, they are. That could also be a barrier keeping in contamination also. I'm really thinking they're doing, and of course, just a theory, they could be doing nuclear up on the moon. People get mad at me when I say that. In reality, look it up. NASA, their technology to propel their objects in space and their space vehicles, they're looking for, towards nuclear to be doing this. So for me, I'm expecting to see some nuclear projects that they're going to be doing. Most likely not going to be mentioned ever from them, but who knows? So thanks again, everyone, for stopping by. Your volume does not go down in my house. Sky Peterson, when I speak, everyone listens. No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. You can't shut me up. Are you serious? You can't put me on pause? That makes no sense. I'm kidding. I'm not talking. One guy was telling me that he couldn't hear me in his other speaker, in his other headphone. I don't know about that one, but as for you not being able to adjust the volume, try the automatic, the main volume also, like on the video at the bottom here, and also your video on top. Sometimes it's a little glitch. Could be that, just something like that. Crescent shaped. We have Wide Awake One. When they are doing this so-called disclosure, what do you think they will say? Thanks a lot for asking. Real quickly, I think here's okay. There's a lot to say. I'm gonna tell you what I believe, not what I believe. I'm gonna tell you what's going through my head, quite simply, of some of the things that they might touch. Majestic 12, Kennedy's assassination, relating to UFOs, always the Vatican, Vatican archives, maybe the Vatican's telescope saw something. I'm trying to think of what the disclosure could be. It could be, of course, like many say, just quite simply a red flag event where the Pentagon and U.S. Navy are not going to say anything. They're going to cover things up, like they did with Majestic 12. It's the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation in the United States of America, covered up, I believe, I got no proof, obviously, Majestic 12. There were two memos that they read, and there was a difference in one of the memos. So they believe that message that they retrieved about Eisenhower wanting to formulate a secret committee, they said it was a hoax. Whether it be a hoax, really a hoax or not, I don't know. So they could talk about humans and aliens, excuse me, working together. That's something I think they could be mentioning. They could talk about a change in the Bible. Imagine if UFO disclosure had to do with religion, meaning the Bible was actually alien individuals, that our God was alien. Oh, don't worry about it, trolls. I like talking about these theories. And I'm not afraid to, and you shouldn't be afraid to talk about your beliefs, no matter how crazy they are. But there's one important thing that we all have to do, is respect the opinions of others. I disagree with a lot of people, even sometimes some of you. And I'm sure some of you watch my channel and have not agreed with theories. You probably think some of them are loony. It's normal. I think that's a healthy, a normal thing. It depends on how, I can't say advance. It depends on how your perception, there we go again, crawlface. It's perception. It really is perception. If you perceive your reality as being one thing, and I perceive my reality as being one thing, and that's exactly how it is, for two realities, for two people with two different realities to come together, they must see things the same way. And once they see things the same way, they'll agree with something, but it still doesn't mean it's true in reality. But they're going to talk about, most likely, stuff like that. I would have hoped that they talked about the Great Reset, right? And that here's the big surprise. Maybe that the ideal is that they're going to talk about the Great Reset, and that this is what the disclosure has to do with. And the reason why there's a Great Reset is because aliens come down to Earth to, who knows, to do something. Now, let's add something even crazier into this. The volcanoes, climate change, whether it's real or not. Iceland, the 20,000 earthquakes that are simultaneously, continually, there's earthquakes in Iceland. Right now, people are watching it. It could be in any day that we see it erupting. I heard from one of the scientists there, which has become a very popular YouTuber now. He says that there's not necessarily going to be an eruption where the mountain's going to explode. It would be more of a lava flowing situation coming out. There's geysers in Iceland. I have family member there in Iceland, and the research there is done. You have to be chosen first of all to go to the island. You can't decide to up and go live there. Maybe you can, but not where he is. And there's a lot of things on that island. It's absolutely incredible, including all religious and spiritual rock formations that are there, little rocks that people place, very spiritual. And it's against the law to touch any of them. But Iceland would be an interesting place to go and visit. Antarctica would be an interesting place to go and visit. It'd be nice of me getting, being rich and being able to go to Antarctica on a boat and bring all my filming equipment and share with you all what's up there. I looked and I was really upset as to the way we can go up there. We can go to Antarctica. You're stuck in a boat. You're not going to set foot anywhere. You're going to be with a group. You're going to see falling icebergs. That's basically calving. Those of you who don't know what calving is when, look that up. Calving. You want to look at that. Icebergs calving, coming up out of the ocean and turning around in the water. It's incredible. But I'd like to go there to be able to film for you all. Like I wanted to do in Area 51, which no way in hell am I ever going to cross over to the States, I don't think. With what's going on right now, and as long as Joe's there, you'd be sure as hell I ain't going to go over there. That's for sure. Mr. Post-it. So a great big thanks to everybody. So Wide Awake one, that's, some of the ideals that I have of what's coming. Could it have to do with something that happened in the past that they lied to us about? Maybe the ozone layer was a mistake. Maybe they're going to say it's the aliens that made the ozone. Who knows? It could be anything that they say, but it definitely is going to be real interesting. You see, Teresa, be kind. Well, you had that freak hailstorm here yesterday. Here, there was a freak wind storm. And because it was so warm, it started pouring rain. And the snow was, literally the mountains of snow were falling. From the tops were falling off, bending down. And you know what that does? It creates all these incredible formations that look like fossils. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, well, anyways, you have to be there to see it. But someone here was just talking to me about the different ways the weather is not acting the same. I noticed the humidity in the air is not acting the same. Where I am here, it is very humid, very, very humid, high humidity. So when it's cold, it's freaking cold. When it's hot, it's really wet hot. That's how it is. Yeah, thanks everybody for the thumbs up. I live stream every Friday. I do 2 live streams here on the Bruce Cesal channel. It starts off, you look up Eastern time to do the comparison with your time frames of where you live. 8 o'clock Eastern at night, p.m. and 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. And I also live stream tomorrow on my friend's channel of New Quebec Astronomy. And you're all welcome to stop by and see me there too. Thanks to everyone for being here, for the support. Lots to see, guys. We got to go back into the footage that I've captured. And when we say go back, every piece of footage that I'm showing here is maximum 3.5 to 4 years old. It's not old. And all the findings that I captured last year and the year before, I haven't worked on half of them. I want to get in and magnify them. So if you're here and you appreciate seeing the work and showed even closer, and you appreciate me finding UFOs and using my infrared camera, keep coming back to like the video if you appreciate it. Algorithm, it doesn't work if you guys don't make it work. If you don't come here and like the videos, I'm not going to get out there to anyone. And they're already holding me back. We know that for a fact. And on the Nazi bell. Oh, that's interesting. Wow, I'm going way back on that one, Richard Crooks. What's your thoughts on the Nazi bell? Is that something that was captured on the moon, possibly something with a Nazi bell? Or it's funny you say that. There's a Nazi bell that was captured in the ocean here, unless it's that one you're talking about. I'll tell you what, the reason why you mentioned that, I'll tell you what. Do you think it could be a possibility that even though the war was lost and the Nazis lost the war, could it be that there was a continuation of Nazi propaganda and Nazi authoritarian rule in Germany that somehow found its way over here? Don't wonder why. I was born here in Canada, but my family's from Germany. My name's Bruce Swartz, and we migrated here a long time ago. I mean, my great grandfather was in the Canadian War, First War, but still, a lot of Germans came over here, and we're all mixed. We're all pretty much mixed. The UFOs and the extraterrestrials seem to have a great liking with people with German blood for whatever the reason. That's another thing that comes up a lot in research that maybe some of you don't know. People that were abducted by aliens, did you know that they mostly have German blood? This is something common, by the way, that you can look up. You'll write that one title, one subject in Google, and you're going to come to some really interesting, not theories, this is proof about the people that were abducted, how they were German descendant. So it makes you wonder. Maybe that's why they like me. Yeah. Who knows? So again, a great big thanks to everyone. Did you see the article? Russia and China want to build a research station on the moon, or one that orbits the moon. VW Blue Sky. Give me a second. You just reminded me of something. I'll show you something. Here in the newspaper, I got something, and I'm going to... Oh, actually, it's right here. Here we are. It is in French, but I do want to show you the VW Blue Sky that you're not a liar, of course. So this is, right, Montreal newspaper, and look here, my friends. Let me see here. Yep, the Journal de Montreal. Well, you can see right there, they're talking about Moscow and how they want to... Moscow and Pekin want a station, a lunar station on the moon. So this was just sent out in the newspaper here in Montreal. I'm keeping all the clippings about that. Sometimes you'll hear stuff here in Montreal. They talk about NASA that they don't even talk about on other channels. Oops, I just missed that. I'm so sorry. Hey, Jay Burrow. Thanks, man. I hope you're still there. Sorry, bro, for making you wait for the thank you. Thanks a lot, bro. I appreciate that, brother. Thanks for the comments too, man. Greatly appreciated. So real quick before I leave, what else? There's lots, guys. What else did I see in the newspaper? Thanks, Mom. Exploration. Oh, yeah, right. Look at this. They're telling you, of course, they're talking about Mars now, right? Talking about, there's a sick guy in a mask. They're talking about Mars now, too. Mars, I should hide the Montreal. I don't know if I'll have problem with copyrights, but come see vous y étiez, like you were there. Mars, just like you were there. Do you see that stupid bitchin' photo that they put there? I'm sorry, I'm sick of it. Are you impressed? Does this impress you? This stupid picture shot from Devon Island in Canada, probably, right? Look at this. Oh, look at the surface, the real surface of Mars. Are you impressed? Jesus. I'm not impressed about anything they're showing about that, boy, I tell you that. But they're still talking about it in the news and in the newspaper. Thanks again, Jay Burrow. And this doesn't show up. This never appears in our newspapers. I've been in 46 years. You never see anything about space. Little stupid stuff like to talk about satellites or Elon Musk. Découverte d'une planète clé hors du système solaire. Now they're talking about a planet outside of the solar system that they found that has a sun just like here and probably running tap water, most likely. But they're talking about a lot of stuff. And that is pretty cool when you think about it. I'm going to have to show that in the French, on the French channel to talk about it and show the French people. Did you see recent? Nope, I did not see Mr. MBB333 show lights over my province. He missed out on me, boy. Being doubtful and suspicious is justified, without a doubt. There is a tremendous amount of misinfo stuff. There absolutely is. And right, Crawlface, it gets you interested sometimes in things that are, things that are maybe confusing and not true, that mix us up. They show stuff that sometimes, I think when people know the truth, they get a whole bunch of truth, and then the government comes and he throws in some bull crap that totally mixes you up. Then you're totally lost. You don't know what to believe anymore. Hey, Stephanie Martin, Mr. MBB333 should be... do you know him well enough? Tell him to stop by my channel and take a look at my lights. I'm surprised he didn't ask me. I'd be more than happy if he wanted to share it. Maybe he's not interested, but Mr. MBB333, cool channel. Just to watch myself. I think that's pretty close. A commercial paradox. I did not see Mr. Paradox. Elon too scared to say he's met aliens. Oh, Circuit. I believe that. Merci, Mélanie. Bienvenue, la gang. Thanks for welcoming my gang. Circuit, I believe that. I think you're absolutely right about that. Listen, Elon Musk has a boring company. He digs holes and tunnels. He is, by the way, the richest man in the world. Elon Musk, did you all know that? Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He made $25 billion in less than 24 hours. Less than 3 hours, I think, to be precise. His stocks, Tesla stocks went from, which people said that he was going to go down. Stocks went from $600 range US to the $900 range now US. I'm checking his stocks. I'm looking at Tesla stocks. I look at stocks to find out what's going on in life, not because I'm buying stocks. I'm too poor. But when you follow the stock market, or do the other way around, listen to politics, and when bad stuff goes on and terrorist attacks happen in certain countries, the silver and the gold drops. It goes down. Inflation, they're sending out those checks for you all, stimulus checks, when they do. So they say Friday today you were supposed to get one. I hope you all did, unless you made $75,000 a year. Anyways, there's lots to take in consideration of that, but I'm just learning myself. I'm not embarrassed to say that at 40 some years old, I had to study to see what inflation was. We hear about it all the time. What's inflation? What's inflation? Well, giving out those checks, stimulus checks, is causing a lot of inflation. The American dollar is dropping really fast. We're seeing prices in silver and gold are extremely volatile right now. I'm not going to get into that, but it's another interesting thing that I like for the fun of it, researching the gold and the silver now, because it has to do with what we're seeing going on in politics and stuff. Big scam, right? Don't invest in stocks. I wouldn't, because I think it's a big ass scam. And the silver is the most manipulated precious metal. Definitely, it's volatile. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up and down. And I'm still stuck on the silver. So thanks, everyone. Evening, Bruce and all. I say goodbye about 20, 30,000 times. But I do appreciate you all for stopping by and supporting the channel. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys and gals. Come back and see the next video that I'll be making. If I don't get it up before tonight's live stream, which I probably won't, it should be up right after tonight's live stream at 8, probably around 10-ish tonight, the next video here. So I'll talk to you all really, really soon. Thanks for the contributions. If you're here, you're contributing to the channel. Thanks again, everyone. Bye, Bonnie. Gamecock Mike.